and second stage in game 1. So almost the exact same openings apart from the Oracle picked up earlier this time. And it's a nicer sub. Like last game, you had Omni Knight and could do nothing with Omni Knight, but Oracle's much more reliable.
How come you guys didn't run Oracle? Don't have an Oracle player?
Kevin didn't think he was that strong, so he said he didn't want to play it. And Jacob probably has no idea what the guy does. Probably doesn't even know he's a CM.
I think that my thing with Oracle is you can't just have an Oracle player. You need a team who knows what the hero does as well.
Oh, yeah.
You need everyone on your team to know what Oracle does, not just the one person playing the hero.
They're gonna like cast everything during Fate's Edict, and it's like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Whereas Earth Spirit's like it's pretty basic. Like he has an AoE stun, silence. Like you just need the
and
Earth
a lot
Spirit
of
player.
damage.
Yeah, you need the Earth Spirit player, but Oracle you need the whole team to understand the hero. It's more complicated than having.
Yeah, you didn't have
Oracle
one of those
player.
either. No Earth Spirit player.
10 seconds
Exactly.
remaining.
Come on. Well,
I think it's a mistake giving Liquid Tusk again.
yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Jarex has proven to be extremely good on the hero. Razor is manageable,
Reserve
but
time.
Tusk is just a little ridiculous, I would say.
So what do you do to kind of make that Tusk more manageable here? We see teams respond with like your Earthshaker, let's say, ways to punish the fact that Tusk is probably going to be bringing the whole team together, disruptors, stuff like that, so you can have a nice little surprise winning at the end of that snowball for him.
Yeah, the only thing about that is that then the Tusk just plays solo with his snowballs. He just plays as an initiator, much like an Earthshaker or Sand King or
Radiant
Magnus would.
team
And like you don't want to drop your AoE on that one hero. So he can just vary up his play a little bit too much, and he just too much saves with like Razor and Shadow Shaman, like these heroes that you want, or Shadow Shaman especially, a hero that you want to be able to focus down very early on in fights.
Shadow Shaman is just so good.
Yeah,
We saw it last game on Luna Conspiracy, but he wasn't able to take off whatsoever.
10
But
seconds remaining.
once he's able to kind of get into your base, has that push potential, and then you're kind of stuck in that
5
situation where it's like,
seconds
we need to
remaining.
take care of the wards, but we also have to deal with them in our face, and you have to have that strong
Reserve
communication
time.
with your team to know what's more important at that right moment and committing for it.
I don't even know if Oracle's that great of a picker. I think the hero's pretty strong, but you want him against what, a lot of magic damage or strong right clickers. Razor's like an okay right clicker, but if you target him with anything, he's just gonna purge the Oracle and just kill him with unstable current. And then I guess they have a lot of physical damage with like Eye of the Storm and right click from Razor and some Shadow Shaman wards and like Tusk Punch. So
You don't right click from Razor if you get Fate's Edict, though. Oracle just says, shut up, stop attacking. He will
Yeah.
get purged from a bit, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, clearly, like Conspiracy just like to play the hero. They're going to go for it first. You know, they're like, hey, we got it. We have an Oracle player. Maybe Liquid are not used to going against it, and we'll have that upper hand advantage.
It seems a lot of teams picking it, just doing it like fitting in the old Dazzle role where it just keeps your carry alive always. You've got
Yeah.
the sustain from the heals, and you've got the Shallow Grave-like spell in the False Promise. So that just seems to be why it's picked, less so for like what his other spells do.
I think Dazzle would have been a little bit better though. I like it a little bit more versus Razor with a lot of armor.
10
Yep.
seconds remaining.
And he's like more team heal, and Oracle's just more
5
single target.
seconds
But I don't
remaining.
have that much experience with seeing like sick Oracle plays.
The nice thing will be like he gets his false
Reserve
promise
time.
off, like the save like a Dazzle, and then you'll have like a mech on the Darkseer. So if he gets the mech off after the false promise, like it's almost guaranteed he's gonna live through the burst and be able to survive on. And then you get something like an urn, let's say, on Oracle, and you're definitely gonna keep whoever's under that false promise alive very nicely. And AM coming out from Liquid here.
AIM's great against all three of these.
Oh yeah.
Less, I mean, not like a counter to Gyro, but like against, like Gyro can't do anything to AM.
This is very problematic for the Darkseer. Darkseer can't stand in the lane versus Shadow Shaman and Anti-Mage. Even Shadow Shaman plus like pretty much any hero. So I think they should
10
dual lane
seconds
just so Darkseer can get decent amount of farm.
5 seconds remaining.
Or else the supports on Liquid can kind of do whatever they want. Drop an Observer Ward, see what Darkseer is doing, and just mess up the other sides of the map, because Razor should be able to be perfectly fine in his lane.
I'll see a more like 5-man oriented, like the push strats, like we're seeing the bans onto Chen, Lone Druid, Beastmaster, and Dying. So I wonder if what that means as far as their picks go. Like if they want to run that kind of dual lane, what kind of pairs in with Darkseer?
And that's something we were calling out for after the last game, is that London Conspiracy, we're going to be able to be more push heavy, more, you know, on the assault against a team like Liquid who like to play a bit more reserve. And they get the Rubik here.
I guess Oracle might lane with Darkseer then, if they're picking Rubik with Gyro.
Yeah, that's a possibility. London Conspiracy don't have a good front line. If they want to go for the push, you need like a tower sieger. Gyrocopter is like decent.
They have to come from their mid lane.
Yeah.
Like a SF type
SF.
hero. SF like the obvious one that comes to mind.
Pugna I actually think is pretty good versus Shadow Shaman.
Not great.
Although
against
not
AM,
not
though.
great versus AM.
Yeah.
It's
TA's possible. TA's a bit better
Yeah.
against AM.
Reserve time.
TA will just get
Oh,
boots
Wreckfire.
first by Razor.
Yeah, that's actually terrible matchup mid for TA.
We're thinking mid matchup.
Yeah.
What about Viper?
Yeah, it's not the
OD?
best pusher.
The new OD used to be one to
Radiant's
kind of
team back.
hang with the badasses of the mid lane like Razor and Viper, but only a few teams now are kind of creeping him into their Rolodex of heroes.
They ban like, and they're worried about like something more cheesy and pushy.
Terrorblade's another
10
option.
seconds.
Oh yeah, the
remaining.
new Terrorblade. I haven't personally been able to cast one of those new
5
Terrorblade
seconds.
games.
That mid lane is just such a problem matchup. Like for some, like they can't really Terrorblade mid. I think would be
Reserve time.
pretty weak against.
Oh, they can
Razor.
actually Invoker. Invoker can push too.
Oh wow.
What the hell?
No picture banned. Yeah.
Was it touched last game either?
Yeah,
now that I
I
think
didn't-
about
I
it,
didn't-
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. That was just
What
that
kind
hero
of
was
bubble
ignored.
are these teams living in? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Liquid have their own bubble where it's like, well, Fata's not playing Invoker, Fata's playing Razor because
Yeah.
it's Fata after all.
Yeah.
He's a son of a gun. He's got to play Razor.
10 seconds
So I guess
remaining.
Liquid is one thing, but London Conspiracy are like, well, we don't have an Invoker
Team
player, so
Liquid's turn
They
one of the
banned
very
the-
rare times we
They
won't see
banned
it
the
at
Nyx though, so they might be going for
Invoker.
OD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, OD, you think? Okay.
all. OD, yeah, I like that.
I mean, I've seen Baby Knight play hero there, but I feel like he's pretty versatile in his mid hero pool.
Nyx is also very good against Darkseer. Very good at combo breaking everything and all that. Something Secret would
Yeah.
typically pick up to go against heavy Darkseer play. So it could be two birds with one
10
stone if they did want to go with the
remaining.
OD
Last
or
time
Evoker
Liquid
even.
ran the AM Razor, they had
5
Nyx in the off lane
seconds
for mind
remaining.
control. They had a like 20k gold comeback. Mind control had a very bad game early on, and then made some sick
Reserve
plays in the
time.
late game though.
So what do we get for mind control now? Do you go like Clockwork, let's say? You could always get a Blade Mail and hope you have a good peeking window against the Gyrocopter and his heavy burst, but it's
10
against the
seconds.
Rubik. That sucks a lot. Oh, Broodmother.
Whoa. I was
Okay.
about to say something that doesn't need farm, and that's not really Brood though. There's not a whole lot of farm to go around when you've got AM Razor. Even Shaman wants some farm, or takes farm with Serpent Wood sometimes.
So now they might actually aggro try with the Oracle Gyro Rubik and just like let Darkseer solo versus Broodmother. They can actually handle Broodmother either way. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brood into the Darkseer
this a
is
good
usually a
game?
red flag,
It
but
doesn't look that great, especially like almost always you will
10 seconds
you'll never see Brood versus Darkseer. Or if Darkseer is even still in the
5
pool
seconds
and
remaining.
there's like a offlane still available, most teams won't pick it just because like there's almost nothing a Broodmother can do.
Reserve
There's
time.
you can kind of creep skip, but there's no way you're killing the Darkseer.
and the Invoker will be the last grab for London Conspiracy. So
Fifth pick Invoker.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Invoker's the best like flexible pick. He's the best scaling and he can push, as London Conspiracy likes to do. It's a okay matchup versus Razor. It's not wonderful, but it's playable.
Baby Knight Invoker too.
Did you ever play against Baby Knight back in your Dota 1 days?
Yeah, I played with him in Dota 2 as well. And matched up against him a decent amount. It's pretty good. He can play almost anything. Super versatile player.
Yeah, last game, he was playing Queen of Pain. I gotta say, it wasn't a disaster. Went pretty good. He typically was like bringing a lot of kills for the team. Set up some wonderful Sonic waves that game, and would be the lone survivor, but
10 seconds
was not enough for him
remaining.
here. They need to get a win though. Team Liquid now sporting a
seconds
3-0 record in their Shanghai qualifier run. London Conspiracy want to definitely stay near the mid to top part of their group, so a win here would help them with that. And we'll be starting right with a pause for game number 2.
So this game, London Conspiracy need to do actually Liquid need to do really well in their lanes, and they have the Rasta and the Tusk to try and move around or play super greedily. But like if LC group up, Anti-Mage and Broodmother don't really have that much to offer versus the 5-man. So I guess they're heavily relying on the Razor backbone through the mid game until AM gets some sort of farm. So they really need to make sure AM gets a good farm, so they don't have to rely on Razor as much. I don't know.
The Razor Backbone's normally something where Fata likes to farm too. It's not like he wants to be
Yeah.
like forced to create space. But they had this exact Razor AM duo, and Fata ended up really poor the game they did that. It was like the comeback I was talking about was Fata was like in the middle of the net worth pack, and he was like 5k net worth when all the other carries were like 8 to 10k net worth. So it was, I think he was kind of in a very uncomfortable spot because of the way the anti-mage kind of plays around the Razor.
Yeah, they have 4 heroes that need a lot of farm. Brood,
It's
AM,
pretty greedy.
Shadow Shaman, and
Yeah.
Razor.
Yeah.
So, let's see. LC, what should they do with their lanes? Invokers should go mid. And then, I don't...
Do they want to try like scout out the lanes before they decide? I guess.
I mean, naturally you'd think it's just, oh, let's put Darkseer bottom against what we think the Broodmother will be, and then have the other 3 go top and be a problem for
I think
AM.
that's probably better. I think LC, like if they win the lanes really hard, like Liquid are going to be forced to try and stall the game out as long as possible, which isn't that great when you have a Brood on your team because she falls off as anti-mage ramps up. So most of the mid to late they can be playing like 5-on-4 into LC's hands. So as long as they get like a decently good start, which I definitely think they can do with the aggro try, then it should be pretty good for them. But if they safe lane try, then like Shaman can pull and get levels, and they can easily kill Darkseer. So I don't really like the safe lane try from LC.
And even the mid lane, like Tuska's going to be able to roam, like pressure mid lane, cause problems elsewhere. So, do you think Liquid really need to try and dodge the lanes if that's the case? Like send Brood. Do they really want Brood against the tri lane if they suspect that aggro tri lane comes their way?
As long as she doesn't die.
And they have sentries. That's the thing is, like, even if they swap it around that way, I feel like still...
Because they want
Liquid's
AM
pretty
and
good.
Razor to get farmed. They don't...
Yeah.
The Brood seems more sacrificial in this game. Like, they don't need the Brood to get big. They just need him to stall and aggravate LC's supports. So I think it's... If Brood gets aggro tried, then they're just like, whatever. As long as they don't switch to mid and bottom and lose towers very early.
Yeah, which will definitely. So and then it's like, why did they even commit for the Broodmother to begin with if they knew they were going to be having? Such
I think
a
they're
crazy
confident that
setup?
they can outlane their opponents. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, even for Liquid in the last game, there were definitely moments when they showed a bit of heavy confidence. I'll say, doing things that we wouldn't normally see from Liquid. Going right for the base after they picked up that Aegis. Normally they like to kind of take their time, be a bit more passive, and ensure that they have everything they need to kind of get the ball rolling. And it looks like we will get the ball rolling in this game number 2. Liquid going against London Conspiracy. Did have a bit of a pause right now, but we'll see the lanes break out and see exactly how they're going to kind of situate it here. And it looks like it will start with a Liquid heavy rotation to the bottom lane.
And they're bringing both Brood and the tri lane, so they want to scout lanes, I guess. The one thing we didn't talk about was Invoker Exort versus Quaswex. He's gone Exort level 1, which... Do you think this is more an Exort game, Ben?
Exort, they need to push towers down, so yes. Exort's way better at pushing. Quaswex is more control and counter push, and Liquid you don't really need it versus them.
Okay.
Also, the pure damage is really good versus anti-mage.
Yeah.
It's like really disgusting. If you can get, like, I don't know, even like a lift and a Sunstrike and a Purifying Flames, that can almost kill him right there.
They haven't really got any... Yeah, the lift you mentioned outside that, like their lockdown and ability to kill an anti-mage this game is very, very lacking.
Yep, yes it is. So what do LC want to do? They're still kind of hovering around there.
Decision time.
They blocked the spawn, so it actually makes me think that they want Darkseer to go up there. Because I don't think you need to block the spawn if you're gonna aggro try versus him, because you can just steal that kill.
Yeah.
But Gyro isn't really in position to move back down yet.
Jarex doesn't quite get the block.
Okay.
So Liquid have at least seen the gyro up top, so they know the lanes now. They can, and their AM's going to stay bottom. It looks like they will be sending AM to the off lane now. Brood needs to, yeah, Brood actually already TP's top. So they sack the Brood, give AM the lane to get farm.
Yep, that's the important lane. So, I mean, Brood can actually like die a couple times, and it's not that big of a deal. So
LC's already on the move. This is going to be musical lanes.
Oh boy. Yeah, they are like, well, we know that we don't want that AM to have a good time in
yeah,
farm.
that's kind of the pressure on LC though. Because they have to have the better early game, and
Trekking across the map is like not the
Yeah.
most efficient use of their
It's
time.
the walk of shame.
there's
right
a lot of
here.
heroes like there's no one getting XP in the top lane though, which is a little bit worrisome. Because Brood will get free level 2, actually a free level 3 at this point.
Oh, Shackle here.
Oh, and that's
Darkseer
not
will
what
go
LC want to-
down.
They were planning on stopping their lanes. You don't want to do it this way. Like, send Darkseer back to base by feeding him and TPing up there, but counter kill into Jerax is like a consolation prize at this stage for LC.
Hey, we're here now. Go away.
So now I wonder if Liquid are going to move their lanes. Like AM could easily just buy a TP and then just go top.
That's true.
But Brood's not that great of a lane swapper because of the way the hero is.
I've already committed so many webs up here, though. I can't just pick up my home and go bottom. So Darkseer, happy with this matchup now, is just going to kind of work with what he's got, has side pulls to work with here. And as you said, we'll see if Liquid are just going to have to put up with it now and hope that that first blood and that first couple of waves of free farm is enough to kind of keep them matching up here.
I think they can lane swap again though. It's as much as like Brood isn't a good lane swapper, but LC just made a 3-man rotation bottom. They don't want to have to make another like 3-man rotation from bottom to top. So it's still just going to be like Shaman actually walked home then TP top. So yeah, they make the full rotation and now ball's in LC's court. Like how many times is this going to happen before enough is enough?
And while those two outer lanes are juggling back and forth, it looks like Fada is winning the mid lane so far, at least 11-3 to Invokers, 6-0 CS here.
I think now they should just move the supports up to the top lane. Oh, okay. They're moving Gyro too.
Nope. Our turn. You go back bottom.
Oh my god. It's so clear what lanes both teams want right now. Oh, it's almost getting comical.
Yeah, I actually would have liked to see them just move the supports up there, and they can, like, the Shaman was playing super aggressively on Darkseer, and they don't actually have wards up there at the moment. Not that LC know that, but if they're going to safe lane a Brood, they're not going to drop an Observer ward in their lane, so then they can just counter gank the Shaman very easily. Because if he commits Shackles to Darkseer, he's a super easy kill.
Yeah, all you need is like you've got Sunstrike as well. Oracle at top. Oh, goes down. He's healed up the anti-mage. They didn't quite get the kill with the Purifying Flames.
It's only 90 damage at level 1, so it's not a big amount of burst.
He's already got the point in spell shield. If not for the spell shield.
Tusk is coming!
They see him at least, but...
Oh, and Kurogi is just enticing him in to fight some more, and with that, it looks like they are going to get the grab on the Gyro. He goes down, and it looks like possible follow-up. They couldn't get in front for the full body block here, but they will get some
that's
extra
one of
damage.
He snowballed during a telekinesis. Oh, wait, no one's going to get stunned. I'm just going to drag you out of this stun and just kill you instead.
I don't know if this. I think the Sunstrike, I guess, was used to try kill the AM earlier, because that to me is why LC want to really go aggressive up here using this lamp, is because they've got that kind of fourth hero presence from the Invoker. But right now, it's Liquid with the early game advantage. And I think a lot goes back to what Ben kind of mentioned, where Liquid do feel confident that they can just outlane and outplay LC when they're making moves like this.
4-minute rune, highly contested here. Jerax there eating a hefty bit of damage and will be going down to the burst. That time he does have the combo off, gets the Fortune's End along with the Purifying Flame.
Now,
so
does Shaman TP bottom with the anti-mage now? He's got a TP scroll.
I think they already got a kill, so they're okay. Liquid's already come out really far ahead in the early game, because they've only been forced to lane swap once. AM from bottom to top. LC had to move, like, they've just had to commit a lot more.
Yeah.
To it, and they've died
From top to bottom to back to top again.
I think if they TP AM
Back
bot,
to
it's
bottom.
because they can like get a kill out of it, and then he stays bottom to farm. But
yeah.
for now, unless there's like a short kill, they probably don't want to do so.
Give me all those creeps.
And Razor's been kind of unpressured.
Razor's winning by a pretty big margin in the mid lane against Invoker.
He's really low on mana.
Is this going to be a TP in as well?
It's bad.
No TP, they just want this straight up kill.
And Surge will come out after the block. Snowball's there, slows him down a bit, but he has enough of the Surge to stay on. But the nuke damage is going to help. With one last right click of Jerax, they're going to be able to get the kill. Darkseer goes down, Sunstrike. Didn't get him.
Whew. Can't believe they missed.
That looked like it was going to hit
It
him when we were
looked
going to
like-
miss
yeah.
the kill. But
You know, cool guys don't look at explosions. Same for observers.
pressure on the Kuro, but he will make it back to the safety of his tower here. It's still Liquid kind of getting the most of this map. Here we're seeing even in the mid lane. Looks like Jerax denied himself. Make a safer trip back, but
They need to pressure this Shadow Shaman more, because he's kind of just soaking up XP in the top lane, which is not good for LC at all because anti-mage is getting free farm on bottom, so they have to get some trade out of it. But they're not getting anything really. I guess Gyro's getting some farm, but like it's just a Gyro. He'll get owned by Razor later.
Oh, Fata going for the rune. Gonna get bullied, but then here comes the snowball, keeps him alive.
And
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
Baby
whoa,
Knight.
whoa.
Hello. Back the other way. And
It's
goes to the Rubik.
Let's head back to where we're watching.
They're having a really hard time coordinating their spells too. They missed the Sunstrike on the telekinesis target, and in the top lane when they were chasing the Shadow Shaman, they had the Oracle up in front instead of the Rubik, which is just a sign of, you know, just somewhat lack of team chemistry because they need the hero that can actually initiate up in front. So definitely falling behind here.
It's a bit peculiar. Team who had to battle their way all the way through that open qualifier. You think they'd be warmed up and have all that team experience, but going from battling the lowest of experienced teams up to the highest here, you got to make sure that you come well prepared. And bottom lane, they are going to be able to get at least a snipe onto Jarex.
Yeah. I feel like against a team like Liquid, like all that open qualifier games, just Kuro as a captain's just going to use that to his advantage, whereas Liquid's just been playing scrims, kind of playing in private. LC's been worried about the open qualifiers, not preparing for the teams they got to verse in the main event, so.
Here's Snowball, but I guess it's just to the
on
lane.
the creep wave, yeah.
Are Liquid far enough ahead though with the Brood on their team? I don't.
I mean, all three of them coursing on 35 plus CS right now.
Yeah.
Well, cold snap here. They're looking to make it go into Fata. They get a pull back with the telekinesis. Cold snap will conclude, and now Fata says it's my turn to go.
Turning
Gets off the damage
hiding.
link here. Gets the quick kill onto the Rubik. Ooh, barely gets the edge there on the nuke damage, but the ice wall will help a bit.
That,
Yeah, you're done.
That TP had like nothing to even do with Fata getting the 1v2 kill. And it could lead
And
to
suddenly
a second.
Kuro's here. And with that, he'll get the shackle, and they'll also get the kill on the Baby Knight. That's a double kill for Fata, and one hell of a start already for Liquid, 7-3.
It's definitely a good enough start for the greedy. They were meant to get the ones who get punished in the laning stage, if anything.
It's one of those lines where Liquid are like, we would have been happy to break even.
It was a smart laning choice
Yeah.
though.
I mean, you see the drops, and you would think there's no way Liquid farm all three lanes. Like, best case scenario, like 2 lanes go well for them.
Darkseer's doesn't seem that great in the early game though. I think he seems to get really good around like level 5 and 6, but as of right now he hasn't been able to do that much as opposed to the Tusk and the Shaman who can just tower dive at will and crush these lanes.
Darkseer definitely needs serious levels. Looks like Gyro does go down bottom lane here. They swarm onto him, and Matama Man will even get the last hit onto that one.
And Gyro's not level 6 yet, so it's not like he's incredibly poor and can't make up for it by moving around the map, finding kills, using his spells when he hasn't even got called on yet.
This game's looking even tougher than the first one. I mean, and Liquid even have
Yeah.
even better late game to fall into, and that much better over something like LC.
Some tasty spiderlings for Darkseer, but every Liquid core is just miles ahead of their counterpart on the other team.
And that's a kill onto Tusk, bottom lane. And Gyro, who makes his return, gets a Rocket Barrage onto 2 here and gets a kill. Looking for a triple here if he can make the catch on the AM, but not going to be able to get it. And well, it's baby steps here for LC.
Okay. So that gets Gyro up to level 6 now, and like yeah, it's still baby steps. It's not the heroes that really matter.
They also drafted a lot of single target supports against Razor, which is just not good for them. Like they're gonna have a huge lack of mobility in fights, even with Surge, even with phase boost on Gyro. Like their supports are the ones that need to be able to stay alive, but if they can't deal with like how do they control the Razor? Cold snap maybe, like vacuum in a wall hopefully.
Fates edict him and walk away and hope that he doesn't have a way to get it off. That's like it, but no.
He'll just run at you with a
Static Storm.
link.
Yeah,
Static
and when he's got an
link.
SMY to chase you down, like you're in a lot of trouble.
Not very many options here for LC.
They've got the double forward spirits though, so this is like at least a time where they can try and use that to take towers and be a bit more aggressive.
I think at some point they just have to resign themselves to the fact that AM's going to get farm and just try and win the other 2 lanes and just be like, okay, we're just going to ditch this lane and we have to 4-on-5 the Razor and the other lanes because like they're able to get farm on AM, get farm on Brood, and get the mid tower. Like this is extremely bad for LC.
I
They
mean,
have.
you mentioned them resign themselves. That you
Yeah.
think that they're at that point right now where they just.
I think so, because right now they're trying to do something in all three lanes. Keep Brood from farming, keep AM from farming, and defend mid, and they're losing out on all three, which means they don't have enough.
Well,
Ooh.
they misclicked
Oh,
the pure
there we
Flames,
go.
but they get the kill with the Sunstrike.
Invoker getting the kill as well. Probably ideal outcome for LC, but unfortunately they don't keep the mid tier 1 tower alive. That gets taken out, and for Liquid it's a kind of acceptable loss for them with the Brood going down.
Yes, it is.
I mean, Kuro's getting not the farm you'd hope for on a Shadow Shaman, but it's still pretty early days for him. Has Serpent Wards, and that's really where he can suddenly pick up farm when he gets towers, gets Roche money. This hero just by nature, anytime you drop boards, somehow you just accumulate a lot of gold, even if it's for a tower.
Brood's back. And they did get that successful pick onto him, but he feels like one of the few options here that LC can still be able to kind of control and move in for. I don't think they have much of an answer, as we already said, for the AM, and even Fata's Razor by this point might be too much of a problem, so...
I actually kind of like the fact that Invoker didn't go for Midas this game, because I think it's too greedy to do so.
Dire's middle tower is under
Because the late game, with the pace that Gyrocopter is farming, I don't think it's going to be good, because he gets naturally countered by Razor, so I think they have to try and win it a little bit earlier.
This camera person
Yeah.
really needs to just wake up. Hello!
All right.
Back to the Dota. There we go.
I think we may, if production's listening, we may just need to swap observers. 'Cause this person's
This
like,
observer's terrible.
It's
It's
just-
like, what?
This is-
Ah.
I don't mind
Ooh.
blaming them because I know it's not like a English observer too. I think we're on the Chinese observer.
Okay, Jarek's bursted down pretty heavy here. He gets a snowball back, and is good. Gets a salve, quickly canceled. Sunstrike?
Off the mark.
Yeah,
Hugging the
off the mark.
tower there.
Not
There we
even
go.
on the same screen.
Let's go. Casper's fine, I'm sure. I played.
Yay! Casper's the man. I don't want to have to flame him. But that last person was not so good. And
I mean,
so
normally like you'd see like 2 kills happen, like somewhere on the map, you'd go to where it happened, and they'll
this
fall
person's
kills
like,
he-
I'll
he
just
didn't
hack
even-
as if it never happened. Maybe
I
they won't
know.
notice.
That's very
We
weird
noticed.
philosophy to observing.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah, so LC, they've got the anti-mage problem, but it's not really
Can't
a
even
problem they
kill
can
a Spire.
directly address.
Life is hard. Oh.
Sad, such a sad life.
This just sucks. LC, it's like, their outs are like bottom lane in hopes to get a jump on Brood and maybe add some pressure and push here, but even then the Brood has her own sentry here. Found good spots to kind of hide out. AM has just got the top lane. It's living on the world's edge right now. Razor working mid lane. There are very few outs for London Conspiracy this game.
In this position, it's like very psychologically taxing for London Conspiracy too. Like they know that AM's getting farmed. They know that Brood hasn't really died that much, and they know that Razor's kind of had the free time in mid. So they know they're losing all 3 lanes. They know that they have worse late game, and maybe with this mech and Arcanes on Darkseer, so clearly they want to farm and fight early as they should, and they need to win some big fights right about now.
That's the thing, it's big fights. They probably even know that a pick off on the Brood isn't going to change the fact they've got the AM free farming and everything else going wrong.
Oh, Jarek's committing in for this Oracle uppercut. He's down.
It's Liquid fighting with 4 here and finding kills though. Oracle first, it's going to be Darkseer second. The wall not going to keep him alive, it looks like.
Oh boy, that's not what you want.
Aish.
He vacuumed the Broodlings. He got greedy. He saw some dollar signs,
And then Liquid's like, oh sweet, vacuum's on cooldown.
yeah, that's you have to connect with a big vacuum wall to win that fight.
You remember that moment last game when Fata was farming top and the whole team won without him? He's like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, that's how Matama Man's feeling right now. He's just farming the jungle. He's like, my team's winning without me. This is a great game. In the bag, you may say.
Yeah, it's like you're the carry farming on the other side of the map while your team is 4v5ing and winning. And winning very convincingly.
Matama Man's like,
Oh.
easy deny, and we'll be able to blink away.
It's rough. So yeah, Invoker went drums with treads for now. Not going to go for anything too greedy.
So Liquid should take it slowly. I think they can actually just split up around the map and force LC to commit very heavily to one fight or another. Like, it's at this point where if LC 5-man get a kill, Liquid are just like, whatever, it's just a Brood loss or it's just a support loss. And as long as they don't get crushed in a like chain feed or lose like 3 heroes to a smoke gank, then they're okay.
And they're
Disaster Roche fight where they just can't use abilities anymore.
Just need to prevent catastrophe.
minor losses acceptable. Well,
Someone was talking to me about how they have like an earthquake package or a care package.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
What's
It's
we
it's
have
just
one?
like a
Food,
disaster
water.
relief thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people have like bomb shelters. It's kind of like
Yeah.
that, except for earthquakes. It's like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they had those kind of things. Liquid just need to make sure that earthquake doesn't happen.
Yeah. We'll see. And for London conspiracy fans out there, they're hoping that there's going to be some sort of catastrophe and they'll be able to find their way back into the game, because there's only that for them to get back into it here. Looking at a Gyro who's going to be blitzing forward straight to an SMY, so no early defensive pickup of a BKB. Bottom lane, that's a Darkseer. He's here, he gets the save. No false promise. Hey, Sunstrike, they get the kill on the Kuro. Pop the dust, they have the vision on the Brood. They didn't have enough damage onto the Darkseer, finish him off through the false promise, so he will live on. And they're trying to get a catch here with the Fortune's End, but he's just hiding right in the trees. Now they get telekinesis pull back, and yeah, the dust is off now. They vacuum. They don't see him anymore, and he is alive and well, and he is out of there, getting healed up from the Purifying Flames.
even if both died there, that would not have been much of an earthquake for Liquid. They had Razor and AM farming, but just
If they-
losing one.
If they lose the tower, though, that's when things start to get like not that great.
The ground shaking a little.
Yeah, it's one of those like magnitude 1.5.
That's where this game is going.
We had a low magnitude
That's
earthquake
what I
yesterday
heard.
here. Yeah,
Did
I
you
was
feel
awake.
it?
Was at like 6 in the morning.
I
6:30?
didn't feel anything.
I felt it
You
because I
felt
was
it?
like awake just at my computer desk.
Oh, Fada!
He gets bursted down.
Okay. Well,
All right.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
chain kickoff.
It's
to a
shaking.
Tower. Okay.
Magnitude rising. Tower's coming.
Yeah.
Where's that package at?
It's like it's the chain feed. Okay,
Let's
we
make
lost.
sure it's there.
We lost one hero. We lose another hero. We lose a tower. LC are going to keep pressuring. So this
They're
is going
back.
decently for them.
I feel like when you've got the anti-mage in your team who's just like been untouched, you sometimes get in this just like, oh, everything's going fine mentality, and you don't like, you lose focus just because you think, oh, AM can carry this
Yeah.
game regardless of what happens.
I got a nice insurance policy.
Yeah.
I could drive this car off-road for a while. It'll
They
be
should
fine.
have been able to defend that tower though. If it's like Shaman just drops wards and then they're like they don't have a T1 to fall back on. Like they can't stand there forever. They can't wait out the wards.
Yeah.
So at that point they just have to back off. So I think Fado was actually in the right there. I didn't see the positioning of the Shaman though. So I
Good
don't.
from
Heard a
Brood.
silence somewhere.
I don't know if that was looking-
People are dying. Casper. And it's over in the jungle. It's a Brood. Using that Orchid, getting it nice and bloody. He takes out the little mysterious Oracle man, who is also going for an Aether Lens. And he's not even using his his Arcane Boots to make it. He wants to keep the Arcane Boots and got an additional energy booster. Aether Lens is very nice, I have to say, though, on someone like Oracle. All of his spells benefit hugely from it, so being able to have the extra range on a False Promise is amazing. Or, if you need that extra bit of burst to finish off someone with Purifying Flames, the range is just ridiculous.
Same with Shaman. It's really good on Shaman.
Yeah.
Even being able to like place wards from a little bit further away is good.
I've noticed that, yeah, it's pretty damn swell.
So the Orchid on Brood is also very problematic for LC because no one really has any anti-Orchid except for Oracle using False Promise on someone. But that's like you don't want to have 2 heroes around the map because they need to farm and push at the same time. So yeah, things are going pretty well for LC, all things considered. 2 towers in a row, a couple of kills.
They're okay, but still looking at this final boss AM.
Yeah, we have not seen AM in a while, or you've really been keeping tabs on him.
Ooh, pullback. Looks like Kuro could be in trouble here. But it's just a Kuro. That's fine. Liquid are fine with this. No chain feeding to follow. And they'll just hand over the one little scrap.
And lots of little things like, yeah, 2 towers in a row, a pick-off hero there.
They add up.
I'm
Yeah,
debating it.
they're adding up, but it's at least Liquid. Like, AM has been maintaining his farm throughout all of the pick-offs.
And even with those few kills, they still haven't really regained control of their jungle, which is not good. Like Brood is still farming like all the camps that he feels like, and getting solo pickoffs and supports in that area. So he's like not really threatened. This is my jungle. Skitter. They can actually try a Roach Jack too. I don't know how that would happen. I guess Darkseer can Roach Jack, but I don't know what AM's going for. They could, I mean, they could just do it with AM plus Brood.
I hope he gets on that casual, Hyperstone bandwagon that we've been seeing more and more of now.
I feel like this observer has just like not acknowledged there's an AM in this game.
He's probably looking at Baby Knight. He's like, I wonder when he becomes a Man Knight. Oh yes, easy 100 gold. And with the pop of the Four Spirits, they're looking to converge on over, but Fonta's here, and he says, surprise! And they're going to suddenly roll on past this Invoker, take out the Rubik, and then go for the Invoker as a follow-up kill here. But too much time spent. Rotations are coming in. There's the Oracle. Call-downs even coming out. Jarek's quickly going to pop out. They have the burst. They do. Jarek's is going to be expended there from the side of Liquid, so it's a 1-for-1 trade.
It's still really good. Like, there was a buyback from Rubik, and most importantly, it was this great discipline. They recognized, okay, they're buying back, they're looking to fight this, let's get the hell out, make sure Razor doesn't die. And they're actually taking Roshan while that's going on, so.
The casual hyper.
Did he get it?
Yep.
He did this earlier today when he played. The CTY build is catching on for all anti-mages.
I mean, but
now.
he's at like no HP. Like he has to spend like
Oh, he's not planning on fighting.
3 more minutes farming
Back to the
to
shadows.
get HP.
I am the final boss. I do not show myself until the final boss has to play. Top lane, though, LC are able to grab a tier 2. which
Did he
helps.
even wait? Who did they give it to? The Aegis? I wasn't checking.
I think they gave it to him anyways, even though
Does he need it? Like he's not fighting.
I know it's like maybe the Razor should have taken it.
Yeah.
It's on Razor.
I guess Razor wasn't even there.
Maybe that
Perhaps
means
he's
he will
just about
fight.
ready to
Yeah, maybe he's
fight
like,
is more
when we're
likely.
at about a minute left, I'll fight. Yeah. When I've completed my item.
He's very close to this item threshold where he cannot be really dealt with.
All right, Ags pick up on your Baby Knight.
Okay. Very teamfight focused, and
Oh.
that's
Okay.
There
There
you
you go.
That's a big
Boom.
kill.
Invoker again, easy kill secure.
Kind of feeling safe with the haste there, but I guess that's one of the benefits of having Oracle, being able to purge that. I guess they just caught him out without a TP too. So yeah, they've given. This is a little bit sloppy from Liquid.
The Earthquake's shaking a bit.
Yeah, it was like what 7 to 12, I think, and now it's 12 to 14. And they got Roach, but now Gyrocopter's like pretty high in net worth, above the Razor even. Invoker even without a Midas is pretty high up there. So this is
Not just the kills, it was what, like 3 or 4 towers? They
Yeah.
took mid, bottom, and then tier 2 top.
Top
I think the
and
tier
tier
1
2
top
mid.
as well. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, tier 2 mid. They're taking lots of towers.
Okay.
This is suddenly looking like a lot more even of a game. We haven't seen the anti-mage factor yet, though, and that's like I want to kind of just like reserve judgment until we see anti-mage get involved, because that's when things will really get shaken up.
He should push to finish out this Manta fast, though.
Courier's on the move for AM, so I'm not sure if that's like a Manta
but their
now
team fight
or
sucks. Like Liquid,
Yeah.
they're not geared towards team fight at all.
like 3 right-click carries who don't, and they have not really the best control.
And they don't have BKBs, so a Vacuum Wall can destroy them in a fight with a call down. So I'm like, yeah, AM is farmed, but Liquid like now have the potential to actually lose team fights. Whereas before it's like, okay, if we just play it safe and
Ooh.
people don't get picked off, then we're good. But now people are getting picked off constantly.
Yep.
A lot of spiraling money as well going Dax's way.
Yeah.
AM, a Razor's going BKB. It looks like an AM picks up the Manta style, completes it.
So we're feeling a rumble now. This Earthquake's rumbling a bit.
Yeah.
Since mentioned,
It was right about that point
yeah,
where
they're like, you know what? You're right. We do need to step it up.
I think that's just the overconfidence, though. Even like seeing like their draft, the way they set up the lanes, the way they've been playing at that point, it's like, we got this, and now it's like, oh crap, okay,
like,
we gotta play
alright.
for real. We gotta get
Alright.
BKBs.
Try hard pants need to come back on, I guess.
Yeah.
Sweatpants off. Oh. Well, once the itemization comes appropriately together here for Liquid, they should still
Yeah.
be in a
Once
good
they get
spot.
BKB on Razor, that is a very, very big problem.
Yeah, LC's lineup deals very poorly with BKBs.
Yes. Only if your Invoker is a super badass can you actually deal with BKBs very well. Because he, like, I guess Rubik can kind of make big plays too, but it's super hard. I think they need an Invoker to, like, burst them down
This
before.
is not like an exciting game as far as spells to steal for Rubik outside of Serpent Wards.
Yeah. Shackles is pretty decent too. Mana Void on Rasta? Yeah.
I feel like if you're stealing Mana Void, you're very unlikely staying alive for much longer. It means like you're near an AM who's close to 6 slotted in a team fight, but it's possible.
And there's that BKB now in hand for the Fata Razor, so we'll see.
Yeah, unfortunately for LC, they lose BKB wars pretty badly because they have Razor on Liquid. So if Gyro BKBs, he's forced to run away if Razor goes on him, which he definitely should. And they have like Tusk Punch to slow him down. And Hex on Shadow Shaman. I guess they have False Promise, so he should always be able to pop it at least. He has a lot of HP. He's level 15. That's really high.
Okay, but this Rubik might be caught a bit alone here.
Okay,
Static Storm committed.
that's an unstable current. Like, okay, he casted a spell on him. Now you're dead. That's great.
Moonshot AM, welcome back to the game, Matamba Man.
And he still has the back end of the Sages here, so time to start pushing forward. Let's get some tier 2s. Let's get a game 2 win.
They're going to get sandwiched up top. This is not a good position.
Uh-oh.
They ditched the tier 2 mid and Oracle
he's dead for
definitely
sure.
dead.
Quick, Purifying
could say
Flames, do
that.
anything. Just cast spells.
Okay, he's not dead. What do we know? That's why.
What?
Casting Oracle in a nutshell. You
Did
see,
he get mech'd?
You see False Promise and you're just like, yeah, this hero is dead. No. Or you say, oh, this hero, he'll be fine. No, he's dead.
Oh. Well, the thing that makes it tough is because when he casts False Promise, it has that indicator at the top where
The
it
sun
goes
above
red or
it.
green or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird shade of red or green that if you're partially colorblind like myself, that you can't even tell the difference between the two.
Yeah,
on that red and green.
Someone even like fully explained, and it's not even whether they're gonna live or die. It's whether they take damage or if it heals them. I believe. I don't think it actually reveals if they're dying or not.
I think it's supposed to be whether they're above or below the kill threshold
Okay.
for them.
Huh.
He might have, like, it was hard to see at that moment with all the graphics, but he could have, like, Fate's Edict himself, so it looked like a lot of magical burst was coming out, but he was, in fact, taking no damage from that.
I'd love if there's just like a number above their head saying minus or plus how much HP they're gonna lose or gain.
Yeah.
And it just went up and down as they took damage or got
It's a
healed.
lot of freaking spiders.
I'm still not sure if I'm on board with the Moonshard like thing on Anti-Mage. He's like been forced to heal even after like with the Aegis. And his net worth is like pretty good, but it would have been better with a standard build. I'm still not convinced. I haven't been in a game like, oh my god, just Moonshard has been like completely.
What's the item replacement in that slot normally for the quote normal build again?
Manta,
Yeah. Oh,
Like Battle Fury straight Vanta and then
Butterfly, or
Alright.
Heart. I mean, Butterfly helps you farm like really quickly too. Or Vlad's. Like Vlad's is really nice because he actually was low on mana and HP. So I'm the verdict's still out for me.
I'm the same. I keep seeing all these anti-mages do it, and it's hard because like you're not watching a game, like you spend very little time as a caster watching the AM because that's not where like he's all farming. You're watching the action typically, but
what you're trying to say is he's boring to watch, but Blink's
Yeah.
away. I mean, for the casual spectator of okay, we all know what AM's doing. We all know he's over there, he's farming, he's doing that thing.
Like, how does he heal up now?
exactly. This is a perfect
He's at
situation.
he's at 1100 HP in the red, and he needs to get a regen. He got a bottle charge from someone, but like he can't fight for like a good, I would say like 2 minutes almost.
Yeah.
I guess he has what was that 9 HP a second?
Yeah, he doesn't have that Vlad's. He doesn't
If
have
he had
that lifesteal.
Vlad's Manta this game, like you'd be able to see Liquid, I think, playing more aggressive, taking more fights, and re-engaging a lot quicker. Like he'd already be back to full HP.
I guess it's just you get more farm
And then
faster, and he'll know he'll.
He had
pick up
TP back home again. I guess this time maybe it was for the
Yeah.
BKB, but like he has had a TP back twice, and I would say like 2 minutes.
Yeah. You're better at fighting when it comes to a team fight if you're full HP and have all your spells, because like AM doesn't need the Vlads in the middle of a team fight so much as like in other heroes perhaps value.
It
Like
gives you
it's normally an
armor.
item you want.
Armor's great.
He's already got 15 armor. It's pretty good. But it's like normally an item you want like on an offlaner or a utility hero, like a 4-position
Yeah.
support. So like long term it is a wasted item slot, but the short term farm benefit and sustain it gives you is kind of unmatched.
Octarine Core looks to be in order.
I'm just gonna
here
get
for
casual Gloves of Haste.
Big
Just
Mac.
like I'll like half commit to it next time I play AM. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get 2 Gloves of Haste, guys. It's cheaper than Hyperstone. It's it's less gold per attack speed.
That's the old Lone Druid build. Get like 4
Yeah.
gloves of haste on your bear.
And then if that doesn't work, I'll like super half commit with Slippers of Agility.
And then
3%
just, like,
attack speed.
Then just tell someone to pick an ogre and follow you around with Bloodlust or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Really don't want to invest anything into it.
Support troll, please ult me right
Support
now.
troll.
I need my efficiency. I need my gold per minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Broodmother's been pretty quiet from this game. I guess just making home bottom lane mostly. Has her own BK. Like BKBs are all in order.
They were
now
tired
for
of
Liquid.
feeding, because as they should have. They gave up
Yeah.
probably twice as many kills as they should have, I would say. Like, I think
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 kills would have been like okay, but they gave away 8.
The
So
score is even. You
that's
would,
like,
if you came in this game and you were basing on score, you think the game was even, but it's
Yeah.
definitely Liquid's game right now.
now you're like, oh, okay, we just get BKBs and we won't lose team fights. So
Invoker is heading that scary direction with Octarine, Ags. If he gets like a refresher on top of that, you're at that ridiculous Invoker stage of the game.
but he needs sheep to deal with BKBs.
That's true.
So
Can't
The
go-
sheep over refresher, you think?
I think sheep then refresher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, he doesn't have any mobility though. Like he has a smoke or like get like lifted
Yeah.
into a sheep. Yeah.
Darkseer perhaps ends up being like maybe the sheep sick buyer instead.
Alternatively, they could just get forces and like kind of surge and force staff and kite during BKBs. That's also.
I mean, Liquid team fight's so weak. I feel like that LC can make up. Like if they BKB, you just kind of back off and stick together as a 5-man unit.
His farm's not that.
It's scary
wonderful
though.
in
You're
AM.
buying a sheep and a couple of forces on a team against an AM. You're just making yourself into a nuclear bomb.
Not if he's dead.
Not if he's dead.
But
Oh, he's gonna die.
if he gets snowballed, like the fight's just.
Yeah. That's where I think the sheeps are.
Yeah.
That's like a good reason maybe not to get the sheep stick.
But what else is better? Refresher?
Straight refresher.
Yeah, then you get mana
Shivers.
voided though.
Yeah, that's true. Shivers is
Lincoln's?
okay.
Lincoln's is pretty terrible.
AC maybe?
AC?
Do you guys?
Eh.
Eh.
I don't
There's no like game-changing item. I think.
I really
Basher,
dislike
Brood.
AC on range aside from probably like in
Razor.
special situations or Razor. Yeah.
And there we go. Complete Octarine. Saw that. We knew that one was coming for a bit. And AM has the Basher, Abyssal Blade, probably ready soon.
Cameraman even missed the kill on Roche.
Oh, they're playing very safely, using the wards on Roche. That's not really a move I expected them to do.
It's an efficiency
Liquid?
play though. I
It-
I think
yeah.
it's a safe play, but more so maybe an efficient play.
I guess so, because they don't have Vlads on him. I mean,
They
they could just like lightning and then shackle and then hex and then shackle.
I just
again.
think Liquid don't care about ending this game in the next 5 minutes. That's why they're happy to just use sports on Roche.
Yeah, they're liquiding this game right now a bit.
Liquid's average match time is much longer than
Yeah.
most teams.
no chance of defense.
Easy tier 2 here for Liquid, and they're in firm control. Sheepstick is going to be
alright.
picked up from the pointy-headed one
They have an answer to the BKBs now.
for one of them.
And they've Blink Lift as well, so there's like a follow-up as well for the Blink Hex, Vacuum, all that.
So Darkseer has not revealed himself. So Anti-Mage, is he gonna die twice though from it? I guess they have to time like a really sick deafening blast after to do it.
Gyro Darkseer alone, probably not enough.
No, you need at least 2 more to kill him twice.
Oh yeah, to kill him twice. Even kill him once, yeah, it's going to be at least 1 more, it feels like. Are they going for... They've got Rubik coming up here.
They can't kill him once with those 2. Just no.
These
no
3
way.
they could, I want to say. Blink
Nope.
didn't get the Hex. And now backup's already on the way, so you want to get the hell out of here.
I don't know if they saw the hex on Darkseer. Unlikely, but
I mean, for LC at some point, you just can't hide it forever. You want to push out lanes as Darkseer.
yeah, have a chicken follow you around with it.
Oracle got his blink, so his range is ridiculous at this point now. So it should be almost a near guarantee that you can get your false promise off on your gyro or whomever your invoker if they do just get jumped.
So AM Abyssal Blade money is almost there, and he should probably just I think just straight up buys this with the Aegis. He's not dying. He's got 0 deaths all game, so. There we go. Abyssal Blade. So AC, Abyssal, Aegis. This is a scary time for LC to defend high ground.
His farm's only like a little over 600 gold per minute, though. I think that's a little low for a free farming AM.
Yeah.
For getting 2 Roches as well.
Top tower has fallen.
I'm definitely with you. I feel like having the Vlads this game, he would be at the exact same point in terms of net worth, or even probably better, and then you just sell the Vlads and replace it later on anyways.
Yeah, it just feels like there's maybe that little bit of a struggling argument between you farm faster, but you want to farm faster, but also be able to live to stay and farm longer at the same time. So, I don't know. I'm not a big AM player to find the benefit between one and the other. Because you have to gauge between when you know you're going to be
I'm big
that
on
safe or not.
efficiency, and I think it's inefficient.
Okay. I'll take your word
Personally, but I think he's had to struggle a lot to find farm because Razor and Brood also want farm, but Brood's kind of taking the opponent's jungle and Razor's farming the lanes, so I still think he had like jungle and Ancients open to him, so I still think he's kind of had like a normal camp size to work with. He can even farm both Ancients.
They've done a good job keeping all 3 of their cores kind of up and farm. It's kind of come at the cost of someone like Shadow Shaman, who's a hero that can make use of item, not getting any farm though.
It's a little worrisome though that he can't. They're not really knocking on a T3s with the second Aegis on Anti-Mage, and he only has slot for 1 more item. Because he's already bought Moonshard, so
Yep.
with third Roche, and if they don't push with that, he is reaching the point where he has too much gold, which is not a good thing
Razor
for Anti-Mage.
Blink Dagger. I mean, Blink Dagger feels like an item in any hero, but
Blink Dagger, that's
what does
very
that
interesting.
say about
I think he just wants to run in on Gyrocopter.
Blink him for the static link?
Blink
Also-
in, static link, BKB.
Yeah. It fits with the kind of farming playstyle as well, just moving around the map.
Well,
and
you go
farming
up.
lanes. You feel like you're in danger. You blink away.
Plan seems to be like, yeah, you go into the high ground, you plant your Rasta wards, and if Fata is going to just jump right to the back lines and be in their face, that's when you have that choice of, do we deal with the wards or this frickin' Razor?
Well, they can't actually kill anyone during BKB. They haven't got the right-click damage. Like, Forward Spirits aren't going to really cut it anymore.
Yeah.
Gyro's just got the butterfly, but
I think it's a good idea to have all this mobility. They have Blink on, I think, every hero aside from Brood.
Yeah.
So this way they don't get caught by Vacuum Wall. The only problem is I think it might actually lead them to potentially die the T4s, which is where they could die with BKBs. Because
Well-
if you're blinking past your wards, you're going to likely be in T4 territory.
productive Aegis usage coming out from Liquid.
Yeah, he did not need either of those.
Did anyone need the Aegis, though?
Razor died that one
for security.
Fair- Fairly
Yeah, the first one.
important
Yeah.
player.
During that Aegis timer, no one died, I want to say. And they didn't make any moves, and immediately LC go aggressive as soon as that Aegis time's out. They find the pick off on Brood, so they're getting kills that won't lead to objectives, but it is just, I mean, at this stage, if you're LC, you're thinking, let's just go 60 minutes. AM is maxed out, he's going to peak, and we're going to still have item slots left, so any kills you can get at this stage is worth it for LC.
And they can get Lotuses for the Hex.
Yep.
Uh,
On the Liquid side, you mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
And now at this point, you're like, oh, maybe I should have gotten Midas. But I don't think he really expected to be in this sort of position where Liquid weren't thinking about pushing high ground 40 minutes in with that start. That's okay, though.
Wonder where the Gyrocopter farm is at. He's second in net worth here, but with a butterfly in order for AM, I'm curious if an MKB is in the far future or not. Looks like he's got nearly 2.7k. So
Oh, yeah,
it's not,
If he sees
MKB
it.
should definitely be his.
I mean, I'm just curious how far away it would be from him. It doesn't seem that
Yeah.
far.
Brood also has the incapacitating bite, which is super annoying to verse.
I think it's kind of switched now where Liquid actually somewhat feel pressured now. Like this is like they don't have good control of Roche at this point in time because of Darkseer and their team fight's really weak. They haven't taken down any T3s and AM is getting 6-slotted.
Yep.
So this is a time where they need to win like 1 or 2 big fights.
Oh,
They're looking to do just that. AM goes in aggressive. The Shackles Surf Mods have been dropped and Baby Knight locked in place. They can't protect this Invoker and he gets taken out of the fight. That's the key pick off Liquid needed, it looks like, and the buyback comes out, but it's already too late. This fight has been decisively won from Liquid, and kind of just feels like this is something Liquid should have done sooner almost. They just made that look too easy.
No big vacuum wall again from Darkseer. That's their big team fight advantage, and he only got a wall on AM, which is the target that you want.
and Oracle got isolated,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he had to use his own false promise on himself. Like, it was just getting LC getting ripped apart. They couldn't even do anything they probably wanted to.
I need to see the setup of the fight.
Yeah, and that's the first time LC like actually found Liquid grouped as 5. I think they were thrown off by like, oh, Liquid can group as 5. That's not been happening much this game.
Yeah, that was surprising, pretty much by everyone. Okay,
Manta's off the Fate's Edict.
that's what I'm talking about. Kuro already committed the wards. Otherwise, this is where the wards would have been dropped. And now it's
Fata.
Liquid in trouble here. They get Fata down, and they get the follow up on the
Costs a lot
Kuro.
of buyback, so.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it's kind of what Liquid were hoping for when they went for that high ground push to force out those buybacks.
It's not at that great of a time though, because Roche should be respawning fairly shortly, and that gives a window for LC to get Aegis and Cheese. So that's a kind of situation where you don't actually want to trade your buybacks for your own deaths.
Luckily, it looks like they'll have everyone alive before Roche is up. It is a longer respawn.
If you're in Liquid shoes though, you're in catastrophe mitigation mode. You don't want any chances for something really bad like that to happen. Like a Razor buyback into LC getting Roche would potentially be game ending for Liquid. So that's too risky, I would say, for Liquid.
Well, LC want to force those buybacks, so if they can
Yeah.
get Razor's buyback and cooldown, kill him again. Suddenly that's like a scenario where you've won the game or taken a lane of racks.
Yes.
Neither team to take a racks here, despite how well it seemingly Liquid have been doing.
Yeah, 42 minutes. And there's going to be the call down, a pullback, a vacuum. Big work here onto the Brood. The
Got
Brood's
the
going to
aim
turn his attention.
illusion.
He's got the force out to safety, and now the Brood could be stuck back in alone, but Snowball comes in from Jerix to help him out. Walrus punch uppercut committed here onto the Gyro, but they turn back around. They're going to get the kill onto Jerix. Now a commitment in, as they are going to be able to get the blow, but buyback from the Razor here. He's going to sweep and look to get the cleanup. Matama Man, very weak and wounded. Not enough to burst him down. He's still good. Gets healed up now from the Purifying Flames and will retreat out. Only one casualty on the side of LC so far, and look at the re-engagement from Baby Knight. Not enough for Kuro. Drops the ice wall and will quickly make a retreat, but nice jump over from Fata with that Blink Dagger, and he will whip down Baby Knight.
Okay, Blink Razor's definitely legit against Ice Wall. That's a thing.
That's pretty good. Very good fight from LC. I would say they had really nice Surge and Force Staff usage to kite. They almost got the Anti-Mage, which would have been very disastrous for Liquid. So I really like that fight from LC. That was good.
And Razor buyback, so if they can, when they come back, force them win a fight. Unfortunately for Invoker's respawn's incredibly long right now. This is around that Roshan timer, but Liquid actually perhaps looking to use the fact Invoker's dead to go for a push to the
Darkseer, it's on you, buddy.
Yep. Darkseer Gyro. Let's see what magic there is.
You also saw the reason why, if you are one of the few Oracle players out there, you love playing Oracle along with an AM because of that magical resistance. They couldn't finish him off with the Purifying Flames because of that passive. Barely takes any of the damage, and right now even he's just soaking it up.
They used the vac. I guess Wall's still on cooldown for them.
Committing in, they're going to get the quick kill onto Rubik. Now they make chase, try to get the Oracle. Oracle puts the false promise here onto Gyro. Gyro, eat a bit of damage, should be able to head in the fountain, and all that heal is going to be doubled up. If he didn't make it in the fountain, he would have died right then and there, but makes it in, will heal up and move on, but it's 3 of them to try to hold
They need
here.
the vacuum wall right now.
They need a big hold here now if they don't want to end this series 0-2. There it is, the vacuum pullback. They will try to survive. They pull on out. They're going to get the kill on Matama Man and Gyro. Look at a stand-in plant, a double
and they
kill.
didn't lose the racks
for
here. The
Darkseer.
melee's still on red HP. Oh, this
No
is
racks
catastrophe
down
mode
here.
for Liquid.
This is actually...
That's a 5-man wipe.
They're going to go down mid. I think this is at least one lane of racks, maybe multiple, maybe like AM can buy back, but Razor no buyback is the big thing here. I don't think Liquid AM can't go into the fight without the Razor there to back him up.
It's like this, force buyback, get what you need, double back Roche.
Double back Roche, and I would say did they want to fight
they
again
just
after
want
that?
straight Roche.
They need to wait for wall. Roche is the safer play, I would say, considering they don't have buyback on Invoker.
They want the Aegis for when they're expecting a quad buyback when they go push. Like they only know the Razor's buyback.
Why is he
on
not
cooldown,
Fates
I think.
edicting the...
They actually have time to pressure to T3, I think, even with taking Roche.
Yeah. Well, they'll get mid racks. I almost feel. Well, they have time to pressure mid racks. They took the tier 3 mid tower already.
That was a great vacuum wall.
Yeah, it was.
From Darkseer. Though that was what he was super patient with it though. He waited throughout the BKBs. They had the double force to force AMs like big cooldowns at the start, so
it was obvious
excellent
Liquid
job.
had forgotten about it.
And the decision making to go for Roche there because they're like, okay, we're gonna be on high ground with Invoker and Gyro not having buyback. Let's make sure we do that with Aegis and Cheese, even though they have 5 dead and we could force buyback.
They swing top, 20 seconds still dead. Anti-Mage isn't going to buy back at this point, so that's a free T3. They can make the hold at the racks though.
Darkseid's Vacuum Wall will be coming up soon though, so LC may look to go for another round here. But they play it safe.
What's Invoker have? This game,
He hit the buy back, but
Oh.
he's definitely
This game
gonna be
should have
close
been
to
a lot
another
easier
item.
for Liquid.
it's so sloppy for them.
They got overconfident in that mid game.
Yeah, Anti-Mage also, he's been sitting on the same items for, I would say 10 minutes now.
I think their lineup overall does have some pretty big weaknesses, like having these 3 cores, but they were far enough ahead that
Yeah.
it should
It
they
didn't
should have been
matter.
able to make up for it. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered at all. But the game dragged on to this point where suddenly LC's in a really good spot.
It wasn't even dragging on, it was just, like, they didn't do anything with the first 2 Aegises. They gave away so many kills when LC were, like, in the gutter, and they took unnecessary risk around the time of 3rd Roche.
So MKB for Gyro, just going the safe route, able to deal with the evasion, make AM a bit more killable. Brood, same thing.
Okay, they do have a Lotus now. Good for Anti-Mage. Still not that great for their team because like all they've really picked up in the past 10 minutes is the Lotus Orb.
It doesn't feel like there's anything like more coming Liquid's way in terms of items. that's
Oh,
gonna
they got the
keep
S
them
and Y on Brood. Can't forget about that one.
He had like 3,500 gold on top of that too. So I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I
what
think
he's
I would have
gonna
liked
do
the
next.
AC on
Hey.
Brood and a different item on Razor. Because S and Y, like after the first few item pickups, is like it's not that great.
Yeah, he could have even maybe built into his own Abyssal or something. Oh, bottom lane. Potential catch here. Mind control. In a bit of trouble. Will BKB, will TP.
Close.
We'll make it out.
Okay. I mean, LC, once they get like a AC of their own, they're gonna get ridiculously powerful here. I don't know if they can easily build one though. So Invoker has not bought anything yet. He got the okay. So he bought back and bought travels. That's right. And then he's now can open up an item slot with the tread cell. He has a lot of item slots, like the treads, the drums, the cheese, all these things can be kind of replaced later on if this game continues.
I think he wants a 4-staff, like to deal with Tusk and Razor and Shaman, but he has to rely on his supports, so that kind of sucks for him. He might want a BK. I don't know. BKB's not that great either. I don't know what you get on him. Scythe is still good.
Yeah.
BKB's also still good too. So
I think AC's like not bad for him just because
Yeah.
Liquid is entirely physical damage at this point.
maybe Shiva's. Shiva's might be
Yeah,
better.
Shivers or AC. But yeah, Shivers seems fine.
Razor's poor. That's not usually what you see Razor have 50 minutes into the game. I guess he can almost buy his last item, but like Blink and S and Y and BKB, like these are good items, but not great for super late game. Like you want like big items like Scotty and whatnot, like AC, like he already has. Maybe even Scepter or Refresher or something like Butterfly.
I think Darkseer may be building the Shivers or AC as a plate mail.
Or
Alright.
Lotus.
Or Lotus.
Yeah, get Lotuses of their own.
Lotuses.
Lotus the static link. There we go.
It is really good.
It happens a lot. You'd be surprised.
But they have a Blink on Razor though.
Remember the first time I saw it, I think I was casting with you,
Yeah.
we joked about it, and then it happened in the next
The dream.
yeah.
It's hard to see. You can't really tell that I got like if they Lotus like right before, you're not actually sure if it drains. You have to like look at your buffs.
Okay. Invoker BKB.
BKB is a safe choice.
Can use spells, not worry about Mana Void.
Yeah, it's not great because they're gonna like blink jump on him and he's gonna have to BKB and run away. But trading BKBs is a net win for LC.
This game got very interesting real fast. This was one of the more lopsided games I've seen already at the start, but Liquid just kind of let too many chances here for London Conspiracy, and they were able to make it away.
I mean, Liquid need kills and pickoffs at this stage.
He's
Looks
got
like-
Blink. He's waiting for the BKB, and then maybe Blink? No.
I think Liquid realized like they've got to find kills and key pickoffs. That's like the level 2 Boots of Travel. It gives you like some kind of cool ways to do that in the late game when you just have like a Shadow Shaman roaming around by himself. If he gets a Blink Hex, AM TPs on the Shaman for the kill. But they're kind of at that stage where they're not going to win a team fight. They can't push. All they can hope for is a
I'd be
kill.
more worried about the other way the BOTs are going around, like Invoker coming in with BOTs.
I was going to say that
To
they
lock
both
someone
teams have
down.
that same weapon.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's.
Does he have level 2 as well?
I think it's only level 1. but he can TP on like 4 spirits. So Liquid need to wait out the Aegis. Shouldn't be that much longer for them, and just play patiently. They've been playing pretty patiently, but now's not really the time to fight LC.
And they're getting their other cores maxed out. Like, Brood can buy an MKB, wants to have buyback for now, it seems, but...
Yeah, you have so much like sunken net worth though into anti-mage. Like, you have like minus 2,000 from having to use your Moon Shard. You have another minus 2,000 from having BOT2. Maybe even another minus 2,000 for having BOT1, because those aren't actually that effective in terms of team fight.
Oh, jumped
AM.
in, quick BKB from the AM. He
That-
gets a nice kill.
That was a
Cancelled
good
both
play.
That
routes
was
of travel.
awesome. Oh, man.
Wow.
And now they're
But
just
can
left
they even get
stranded.
these?
Oracle may go down here as the only casualty, so that could have
Rubik
been...
died in the fountain.
Oh,
to
Rubik
the,
died in the
the
fountain.
false
Okay,
front.
okay.
Yeah. That was
Wow.
sick
That was a
play
good heads-up
from
play
AM.
from Matame,
Oh
man.
my. Yeah. that
Jumps
was
in, it's
sick.
like, get rid of those freaking
Need
beams.
the level 2 travel so you can TP on heroes.
Oh, looks like they get a response. Just
And
the,
they lose a gem.
Not the biggest still, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, Liquid.
I think it's really bad, because then they don't have control for roach
Yeah.
number 4.
I guess it's more if they can buy another gem. I'm not sure. What
Yeah,
the,
that's true.
I mean, AM's got all the money in the world. He can just buy the gem for the team. If depends on the cooldown. He's got 7k gold here.
Baby Knight is flirting here with Matama, man.
Do you feel like there's anything AM can change item-wise?
I don't think he should. Maybe change Butterfly for something else. Butterfly for... Sometimes you'll see Butterfly for AC once they get MKBs, but that's not really that great of an option for him.
They've got AC too. Yeah.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
already have AC.
Butterfly for heart.
Butterfly for hard is... You sack a lot of damage, because you don't have attack speed from treads anymore.
You can have like the refresh.
The
in
only
your
way you get
stash.
more damage is like, what, go straight for like Daedalus on your AM, but...
Rapier.
Rapier.
Yeah, rapiers. You can replace. I've seen some AMs replace the Battle Fury late game for like a rapier if they really need
It
to get
hurts.
hero kills.
I think it really hurts not having the Battle Fury. I've seen some people actually get Mjolnir on him. That's
instead of the Battle Fury.
Yeah, that's more for like dealing with opponents that don't clump up a lot, which is a lot of range heroes, which is kind of what LC has. So
Or you get a Refresher, double BKB, double Abyssal, double Manta.
Refresher's the safest one.
That's like you can have it just at base in your stash, and when you're defending high ground, or you have to buy back TP in, you can refresh your Abyssal, BKB, etc.
But what does Razor have? Like Razor needs more stuff.
Needs AM. to
He
pull
needs
in
at least
some
a 6
items.
item and buyback and BOTs. Yeah, AM too much golds.
Gyro's Satanic. Gyro's at the same point though. That's
Yeah.
well, he can replace SMY. So
Well, he needs Moon Shard.
Moon
Right.
Shard, Bots 2. Replace SMY.
But
I
like,
think if he replaces SMY with Abyssal, he actually helps him a ton against fighting the AM.
oh wait, he has MKB. What did he sell? Does he still?
Battle Fury or Manta or
You
does he
don't-
actually need the Manta this game?
I think so. Manta's like way too good. I think
Yeah.
the utility's way too great.
Let's see. Maybe
Find
he'll
out.
click on him? No?
I think it probably the.
Click on him.
Oh, he just bought it. He didn't use it.
He doesn't have it yet.
Manta BKB, get out. The BKB timer doesn't matter so much because it's 5 seconds, but it does give him a small window where he hasn't got it to defend.
Okay, what did he swap it with?
Nothing. Oh wait, he saw the Battle
Battle Fury.
Okay.
Battle Fury.
I mean, for this team fight, you do not need the Battle Fury per se.
4 stat. Oh.
That's a good amount of
Oh,
the
that's
hanger.
an early false promise. That's going to be out of the fight.
Brood is taking down towers. LC, what are you gonna do? They back off.
Can Liquid chase and get the TP cancels? Doesn't look like it. They tried to get vision and. Oh wow.
That's a bold play. I think Liquid really didn't want to fight them there. So I think if you're comfortable trading, you go for the range. If you're like desperate, like hey, we want them to TP back and not fight, then you go for the melee because melee is more important to LC. So that's kind of an interesting play from him.
Guess wrong on
Guess wrong.
Blink. Yep. Oh.
Roche is
Blink
almost up though. It's almost max timer. They have to have someone in there. They can't give Liquid a free Roche at this point, not when they've worked so hard for the last 20 minutes to equalize the
Often
game.
you get to that 67-minute stage, like Aegis and Cheese don't matter as much because carries don't have
I
item
think
slots for it.
Invoker has plenty of item slots,
Yeah.
I think. That's one where you don't want him to have Aegis and 2 cheeses.
But I guess Razor could probably slot it in for like an SMY, but AM and Gyro don't have slots for it.
I think
is the big one.
Shaman's like pretty important too. Shaman
Actually,
and Tusk.
Shaman with Aegis is.
Yeah,
sounds
Shaman and Tusk are
good.
both fairly important at this point because Tusk oftentimes sacrifices his life for someone else, so it can kind of be another life for Brood or AM or Razor. So I think it's still important even if the main important heroes don't have slots.
Blink in with Fata.
Where's
with
the
life
Force
steal.
Staff? Oh, they are really slow on the Force Staffs.
Manavoid comes out. They've got the kill on the Oracle to start things off. That makes their fight a whole lot difficult. Hex onto Anti-Mage. Can they bring him down? They do. AM out of the picture. He can buy back if they want to take this fight, and he will do so. But Liquid, they're crumbling. They've already lost Brood.
This Gyro
Shaman,
is just going
and
absolutely crazy
Alacrity
right now.
Gyro. Those Serpent Wards just tickle away.
AM
AM's
bought
come back
back.
in. He's-
He bought back. He's gonna die. This is a
Oh,
dieback. This is the earthquake. Oh, where's the safety package? Where's the basement?
You could tell that he didn't really want to buy back there. He was
No,
like really
he waited.
hesitant, and they have too many items on LC now. He blinks. They have to try and commit so much so he commits the link, and they just force staff him away, and they kind of get owned by that. Like
Shard picked up.
I think Force Staff's MVP this game on the side of LC. Even though they're slow, they still just destroy
They
Liquid.
didn't even have Oracle for that fight. They didn't have the false promise or anything. They didn't even need it.
I thought Gyro might even pick up a Rapier there. Just sell the SMY, get your Rapier, end the game.
Doesn't
get
need
some
it.
star points. Doesn't, like you say, doesn't need it.
Oh wait, is Brood trying to throne them? Brood is trying to throne them.
Cameraman, please.
They're buying time for Brood. Tower was destroyed by the Dire. That's one tier 4 down. Brood got, they both tier 4s are dead. I think he's on the throne.
Brood is not that. He went SNY. If he had Dezo, maybe. But
Check it out, check it out, check it out. What's going on
oh
here? Okay,
my God, no way.
He's got
There
work
is
cut out
no
for him.
way.
I'm sorry, Brood. We
Yeah.
tried. Oh no, it's over. Look at this.
yeah, that
London
Brood's actually gonna, he's gonna die to the
conspiracy.
tower here. Mind control's like, ow.
I don't believe it. I
yeah.
don't believe it. Believe it, buddy. You just lost. London Conspiracy came back, man.
Whew. Big shout out to Rob. That was,
A
that was some good fast camera work.
catastrophe?
That was
Yeah.
a catastrophe.
That was a catastrophe.
That's kind of exactly what you don't want as Liquid. There's like a small % chance that all of these things happen. They give up so many kills. They gave up the Roche. They have to waste buybacks. But all in all, it just their lineup wasn't that. I think they overestimated the strength of their 5-man. I think they were like, okay, AM can definitely carry us in this situation, and really underestimated like LC's like the defense capabilities from Oracle, like the 4-staff plays from them. One time they underestimated the vacuum wall. Like they just didn't account for these tools at LC's disposal because they weren't using them that well in the early game, which is I can't really fault Liquid for that. But this is when you just always have to be serious about the game. It's like, okay, we can't give up any free kills, which they just did too many times.
So Liquid now 3-1. They're still sitting pretty good in their group, but for LC it means they're 2-2. That's 2 draws for them and a draw against the toughest team in their group.
Yeah, that's a
They-
good series outcome for LC.
Yeah, I think coming to this series, it's like a draw is good for us. Like we're still alive. I mean, a win would be better, but I don't think realistically they're expecting a win. So
Yeah, they just look to scrape by two
Yeah.
further
Yeah.
things.
And Liquid, I mean, for Liquid, they've had a couple shaky games. They had a game earlier today where it looked like they had no way to win, and somehow ended up turning around with that AM Razor draft. So.
They need I don't know. It's their team has to be
Yeah.
really upset after this game though. Like that's
That's the open qualifier team, and they dropped
Yeah,
a game
that
against
is-
two, and a game where they were way out in front. It's very apparent that after they took that, they did that 4-man move and they won, and they didn't even have Matoma with them. They're just like, oh yeah, all right, we're done here.
Yeah.
We got the game, we got the win.
No, it almost feels not so much quite yet reminiscent of last qualifiers, but Liquid as a team, they always have that set drafts and picks. Like like going into a match against Liquid, you know exactly what they're going to pick, like at every stage of the draft. Do you think that's like a weakness? Like in some ways, it's
definitely a weakness.
If
I think more so a weakness is their mentality. I think like LC are going into this game. We're underdogs. We have to play our best to win. We can't mess up. We're probably going to lose the lanes, but we will find a way to come back. And like Liquid are like, we're going to crush these guys. We have better lanes. We have better players.
We're the defense champions.
Yeah,
you
we're going to crush these guys. We can kind of be a little bit weak in our draft. We can kind of make sloppy plays here and there, suboptimal item choices, and still win. And
Yeah.
I think that ultimately that was their downfall.
Yeah, we got Jarek's Tusk. We got a Fata Razor.
Yeah.
We got the Mind Control Dark. What could go wrong? It's like, but stuff can go wrong, and this should be a lesson learned for some of the other teams watching. Even against something like London Conspiracy, you could drop a game, and next thing you know, you're that one game away from making it from the top 2, and everyone else.
Can we take a look at the groups again? I'm curious to see
Yeah.
what Group B is looking like.
Those are the really heartbreaking losses, though. The ones that you had a really strong lead.
Oh, Vega's also in this group, so that's gonna. It's still tough for London Conspiracy to get out of this group because only top 2 advance.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at London Conspiracy, and you're like, this was the the underdog of the group, I would say. I think Fantastic Five, aka
Yep.
Roxkiss, are a very solid team. Element's also pretty damn solid. We know Vega are good. We know Liquid are good, and many people consider Liquid the best in this group. They're looking like the best in this group, and they just dropped to what would be considered the worst in this group. So you never really know.
It's
You
looking
never really
interesting.
know.
I mean, Group A, it looks like a 3-team race. Mama's Boys is guaranteed eliminated. I think Hellraisers still have a chance if they win their remaining 4 games. But that's like a huge long shot.
But Team Spirit,
Spirit, Navi, Empire
Go-Black
fighting
squad.
over it. Yep.
dang.
And for Group B, it's looking like Vega, Liquid, and then it's too early to say. I think with Fantastic Five, LC.
And it also looks like that's going to wrap
we're-
up our
we're
Europe
done.
coverage for today. Is
Oh.
that right? We're going into some good old America Dota
Nice.
at